Mitchell Moses was out with what we described as what, Brian?
Elizabeth
Frank. A sore foot. Mitchell Moses, according to David Riccio, the great man on the Daily Telegraph, Mitchell Moses ruled out for 6 weeks.
I heard it was a month. Now it's even longer.
6 weeks as he deals with a foot injury. Mitchell Moses, it is the same foot that Moses had surgery on last season. The Eels captain will remain sidelined with the aid of a boot throughout his rehabilitation. I don't want to put or prick the balloon, so to speak, but this kind of feels like this first year for Jason Riles could be the same as the first year as Serraldo. It's a bit of just a building year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we get to see Ronnie Volkman. He can play.
Hope so.
This kid can play. You're going to lose a lot with Mitch Moses' kicking game.
Yep.
Obviously. I mean, he's a fantastic footballer, but there could be this could be one of your great sayings come to life.
Yes.
Some of the best gifts come rising high on the tide.
Yes, they do. So, great. I tell you, the great opportunity, Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
This is the bloke they're talking about, $13 million
Yeah.
for 10 years, Dylan Brown.
You're right. In 6 weeks, because it's round 10, don't forget.
Yep.
That's what he's got up to. If he just goes on a tear without Mitch Moses, and Parramatta, I'd say, after 10 rounds, sitting in the 8, just say they're 6-4, and it's on the back of Dylan Brown, we might be talking about 14 or 15 million over the 10 years.
Mate, if you're Coach Riles and you know that Moses is out for 6 weeks, after 10 rounds, you're taking 5 and 5 every day of the
100%.
week. Every day of the week.
100%. It is a bit cruel because he only played the 8 games last year. Do we feel that he decided to, because he extended his contract?
Yeah.
Do we feel that maybe he thought, well, hang on.
Well, good luck to him. Well, you do. You feel like that, Brian.
Feet are having injuries to your feet, as I mentioned yesterday, very hard to heal. No blood flow.
No, and it's not something you can sort of just tough it out with, is it?
Because it's weight bearing.
It's weight bearing.
You can't needle them. You can't. No. So
okay, Brian, well, give us this then. So this is Dylan Brown now. Great opportunity to really stamp his mark as that $1 million player.
Yep.
Give me the score. Give us the Crow for the first 6 weeks. Melbourne Storm away.
Let's go to round 2.
Tigers at home. Tigers at CommBank.
Tigers at CommBank. They'll have
Appy's back for the Tigers.
Yes.
Maybe Jareen Buller.
Buller, they're saying will be back. I'll say Parramatta.
Okay. All right. 1-1. Bulldogs at home.
Bulldogs.
Seagulls away.
Seagulls.
Dragons at home.
Para.
And then Raiders at home.
Para.
You reckon they'll get 3 and 3?
Yep.
I'll have a bet whether they're 2 and 4.
Okay. What are we having?
Whatever you want. 1300-01. Why don't we do this? The loser pays for the whole Wong's prize.
No way. No way.
No way?
Not yet. That might be.
You just need to get 3 wins out of 6.
Yeah, no.
You're not doing it. Tropical cyclone Alfred prompts Dolphins NRL players Cody Nikorima, Mark Nichols and Kenny Bromwich to stay in Brisbane. I tell you what I was fascinated by, Brian, and this is what you get with a change of coaching. By all reports, I was asking people who have coached Kenny Bromwich. When Jesse had retired, people were saying, I'll tell you what, Kenny's a smoky to be the captain. Apparently he's a terrific leader. Kenny Bromwich in round 1 has been named as the 18th man. Kenny Bromwich has chosen not to go for his own reasons, which are totally understandable, to Sydney for this clash against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, nor has Cody Nikorima, nor has Mark Nichols, and nobody can begrudge him for doing that. But that's an interesting sort of appointment. For me, Brian, I lose zero faith in the Dolphins. And the reptiles into me saying, you're a South hater. I'm not a South hater, but I'm just concerned about the playmakers you're playing together basically for the first time.
Yep.
Sean O'Sullivan comes into the side. He's done it many times for the Dolphins. So he replaces Nikorima. Josh Kerr has done it many times in the place of Mark Nichols. So I'm okay with that. And Kenny Bromwich was the 18th man. I honestly think the Dolphins will win this game. Peter Badel was on Sports Day last night with Sats and the Rat. This is what he had to say.
Which is a huge blow for the Dolphins. It's a major revamp for the side and for Coach Christian Wolf and probably raises the question, guys, of whether there's an unfair advantage for South Sydney given the Dolphins could be without 4 or 5 players on Friday night. The actions of the Dolphins players were probably triggered by Queensland Police, they went door knocking through the Redcliffe region today to advise residents that major damage is on the way and they need to start bunkering down. And I know a couple of Dolphins players, Daniel Safidi and Mark Nichols, they were seen sandbagging their place, fortifying their place for what could be major flooding.
Look, in saying that, the Bunnies are without 2 of their guns. So when they're saying it's not really a fair advantage, and it's only the 2 players now. It's Cody, because
Cody and Mark Nichols.
Yeah, because Bromwich wasn't going to get on. So I'm just looking at this team. They're all workers here. You got Tommy Gilbert, great to see him back. Max Plath, who came from nowhere last year. Now, there's talk of origin for Max Plath down the track. Finafuiaki, Felice Kafusi now in the middle, playing in the middle. Daniel Saifidi. It's a pretty good-looking pack, and then Jeremy Marshall-King. So they've got some workers in their side.
I'm stunned they're the outsiders. I'm absolutely stunned by that. In the meantime, Wayne Bennett, according to Fatima Kaddu from the Daily Telegraph, was left in a no-win situation, but had ultimately made the right call. This is Wayne Bennett. He says, if it had been called off, you're in a no-win situation. If you call it off, you find fault with it. If we put it on, you find fault with us. They've done the right thing. It's important. It's important to everybody involved in the game, the fans, TV stations, people that support the game. We go back there and play our home game later in the year, so it works out for them as well.